Thank you so much, Jay. For those of you that do not know, that is Emoji Jay. He is my admin. If you happen to have a lesson that you've learned in life and you'd like to be a part of this show, please reach out to him on Instagram. He will go ahead and put that in the comments for you guys, okay? You guys, you are tuning in to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and I have two absolutely amazing guests today. And you want to know how I know that they're amazing? Because they've been here before. And I am so excited to have them back. Yo, Darnell, are you okay going first? Sunny, is that okay too? I didn't reach out to you guys before. It's been one of those weeks. You're okay. So Yo Darnell is going to go on in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead. And I like to start off with a quote and question, and then I end with a quote and question. And as you could see, it was in the introduction. Emoji J there had put in there, and it's actually an Oprah Winfrey quote, and it says, "You also have to know what sparks the light in you, so that you, in your own way, can illuminate the world." Listen to that again, you guys. Listen to that again. You also have to know what sparks the light in you, so that you, in your own way, can illuminate the world. What could you do to spark your creativity? You guys, I read that last week, and I pulled a random. I've just been picking the random quotes. And for me, it's just part of it's getting on here, talking to you guys. Some of it is being with my grandson. He brings out that fun, creative, young side of me still. Being a grandma is sometimes you feel old and exhausted all the time, right? And then you get the little one around and you're like, this is great. And then he leaves and you are exhausted. Done, exhausted. But the rewards and the laughter and the different headspace that you go in when you're getting on the floor and you're playing with the little Matchbox cars, and it allows my brain to just kind of flow, and it opens the box to see things maybe from that innocent view, because they're so innocent when they're young, right? So being around the kids and having fun and being able to look at things through their eyes has truly been a blessing for me, through my daughter and for my grandson alone. And you guys, I want to tell you guys also that innocence is everything, right, Sonny? These kids in the way that they view things, in the way that they observe and learn, and they absorb it all of it, it's truly a blessing. And hi, Truly. You guys, I do want you to know that when I have the guests in the box, also, I'll turn the comments off. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get to see all the gifts. I'm not going to be able to respond to your comments, but towards the end of when the guest is in the box, we will put the comments back on, and you guys will be able to ask questions, and we will be able to interact at that point. But while the guest is in the box, I give them my wholehearted attention. It is me and it is that guest. And as much as I love you guys, you're not important while they're in the box, okay? They're my main one for this little bit. I'm just kidding. I love all of you and you're all super important. But we're gonna give the guests that attention that they deserve while they're in there. They're on here. They are, and I am not a professional. None of us are professionals. We are simply going to get on here. We share a lesson life has taught us, how we were put into that situation to learn this lesson, and how we have grown from it, and how we have taught ourselves, or other folks have taught us, to continue to push to be better than we were yesterday. But we are not professionals. These are based off of our life stories, our opinions, and it's just that. It's our opinions. So if you find something, then you relate to it, and you think it can help you, by all means, go for it. But if you do find yourself in a situation where you're super struggling, I do recommend you seek the professional help. I've done it. I've seen a therapist for years, you guys, and let me tell you, it was the best thing I ever did for myself. So don't ever be afraid to reach out for that help either, okay? I'm going to do the shout outs when the guests are in there, I'll remind you guys, you're watching Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily. We're going to have Yo Darnell in the box here in just a minute. And he is going to talk about his lesson. And then, like I said, the comments will be off. I want to thank you ahead of time for all the favorites. I want to thank you for all the gifts. And I want to thank you for being here. So, Yo Darnell, if and when you are ready, let me know. And I will add you. But I don't just want to add you and surprise you. So let me know when you're ready, Yo Darnell, and I will hit that accept button and we will get going. All right, you guys, everybody, make sure that you are hitting my guests with that favorite, okay? Because they are here and they're talking about their struggles and their lessons. I'm going to make sure that I make you a bouncer, you and Sunny both, just so that way we don't have any issues. So, Yo Darnell, what lesson are we going to go through today? What are we talking about?
Last time we talked, we spoke about perseverance is a hallmark of a champion and staying with your lofty goals. And I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on that and add to it. So once you make those goals, you got to stay humble. You know, my shirt says hustle hard, stay humble.
Nice.
You got to stay humble. You know, and appreciate the gifts that you're given. You don't like to rub things in people's faces, things like that. It's, you know, it's kind of rude, but on my own personal experience. Oh, by the way, my light in the morning, or my creativity that sparks my light, would be music. Music always does it for me, no matter what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in a bad mood, if I'm in a good mood, I sit down and I start playing or writing music, and it's all good from there on. So now, to be humble, going off of the world championship win after, you know, years and years of being berated and told I wasn't good enough and so on and so forth, I had to humble myself quickly because there are other people that were striving for the same goal that didn't make it, and I don't want to hold that over their head. You know, they all worked generally as hard as I did, and you know, they didn't put their whole heart into what they were doing, and just didn't achieve the goal that much. And I was lucky enough to actually, you know, overcome all those odds and come home a world champion. And that being said, I humbled myself, as in, you know, I took the lessons that were brought on to me, learning what I needed to do to get to that goal, and then I used that to not celebrate, so to speak, but to reflect on what I accomplished and what it took to get there. So,
Right.
humbling, you know, especially when there are so many people striving for the same goal and they don't achieve it. I've been there. I've been on the point where, like, I've worked my tail off and just didn't come up to par, and it was difficult. But it taught me that I needed to work harder on certain things. And once I mastered those certain lessons, it all came easy. And so learning those lessons did in fact humble me. And I'm able to take those lessons and instill them into my daughter, you know, letting her know that, you know, no matter what you do, if you work hard, you can achieve anything you like. Uh,
What do you
go ahead.
you like, what positive things to keep you pushing goals when it got really hard, when you didn't think that you were gonna um be able to push the goal? What did you use? Like, what helped push you to get your goals? Like, how were you able to push through some of the really, really hard times?
Leaning on others that were also trying to get the same goal that I was. You know, taking the time to master the craft, sit back and have sectionals with the people that were in your section, and work through whatever you needed to work through to get to a positive state. And if you can't get to that goal, find ways around to get to that goal. And yes, God was number one. You know, I always pray. My mom instilled that in me. You know, whenever you can't get through it, just pray, and um, you know, give it up to God, and God will take care of it for you. So, um, prayer did help, but then there was perseverance. You know, stick with it, no matter what. You're gonna get it. You know, and if you don't, you'll find an avenue that'll get you to the goal.
How do you, I guess, like when you're going to reach for your goals now, how do you approach your goals now versus when you first started your music career?
Setting lofty goals. Uh, I've been taught to set lofty goals like reach for the stars, because if you or shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll end up in the stars. Um, and so, you know, make sure that you're not short selling yourself. Um, if you want to, well, back in the day, it was just work hard, work hard, work hard. But now, I set goals and find the least resistance to get to that goal. And I've gotten older, and uh, the body just doesn't do what it used to do back in the day, you know. So um, I got to find different avenues to get to where I need to be, and that's um, when you're playing an instrument or what have you, fatigue sets in, and you gotta work a way around that fatigue, and you can only practice so much. So um, uh, getting to where you need to get to with the least amount of resistance is what I do now versus what I did back then. Back then it was just pound it, pound it, pound it, grind hard until you get where you need to go. Now I'm smarter about the way things I do things. It's not necessarily the most difficult route. Sometimes you can be as easy as possible and get to where you need to get to. And thank you everybody for the gifts. I appreciate it.
I don't mean to mute you, but I'm doing my best to work with the echo. So I apologize. Please don't think I'm being rude when I do that, you guys. I absolutely love that quote. I actually heard that quote for the first time on my stream not too long ago. And that was when you're shoot for the moon, because at least you're gonna end up amongst the stars. And then you quickly reminded me of my other favorite quote: work smarter, not harder. In life, I have so often fought advice that someone gave me that could have made my life tremendously easier. But because someone told me to do it, I was like, I've never done it, but I know better. So I'm going to do this my way. And I really wish I would have listened so many times, because the headaches that I've had to go through because I fought the easy way. Because why not make it harder on myself? You know what I mean? Um, I How do you look at your life, and how do you reflect on your feelings right now? Like, how do you look back and reflect on the feelings about the past and stuff, and on the effort, and you know how do you how do you feel about yourself and the effort that you put in to doing what you're doing? How do you reflect on all that?
I I sit back, and this is the part where I'm humbled because I've been able to I've been lucky enough to travel around the world and perform with some of the the biggest names in the industry. I performed with Voice to Men. I've performed with Huey Lewis in the News. I toured with Joey Piro for 4.5 years, and he's Maynard Ferguson's protege, like one of the best trumpet players on the planet. Really good friend of mine. He was at my wedding, and you know, a lot of it had to do with hard work, being in the right place at the right time helped as well. Um, and I sit back and I can look on my musical career and say I've done everything that I've wanted to do. Um, from high school and playing professionally, um, playing for thousands of people. 1 million people alone at the Rose Parade back in 2002. Um, just so many different experiences and meeting so many different people um, has taken me everywhere I wanted to go. And I can truly say that everything that I wanted to do, I've done. And I was lucky enough to do so. Um, and being humble about it, uh, enables me to really work with not only my daughter, but the school children that I work with, while I'm teaching at Spirit Sunnyvale, uh, as an instructor. I'm able to give my experiences to them and let them know, hey, work harder, not smarter, or work smarter, not harder. Excuse me, and you know, always set those lofty goals. And when you see the light bulb go off, and they get it, that you get that look in their eye, and you can see the light bulb turn on. That is the most satisfying moment ever. I never thought I would be teaching. I know I got my performance degree. I never wanted to teach, and ended up loving teaching. And so, and they say you learn by teaching. And like I said, when you see that light go off, and it fulfills me. It makes it so that everything that I've done in the past is worth it.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Uh, so, hold on. I got something was across the top of my phone and I didn't want to end the live. I went to hit the mute button so I could talk and I almost exited. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. That would have been terrible. Okay, so I guess something I like to ask folks, especially when you're on a journey of something, especially when it's difficult like music. How important was it to have a support system through this journey? Um, if you guys are just tuning in, this is Yo Darnell, and we are talking about humbling yourself while becoming successful and accomplishing your goals and your dreams. And I just asked him how important it is to have a support system while on this journey.
That's personally, it's kind of difficult for me. I started out with no support system. Back in junior high, when I'm learning how to play instruments and making those ungodly sounds that a, 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 a starting musician makes. I was told I couldn't practice in the house. I had to go outside and practice, and actually, it helped me uh, uh, going outside, because I learned that stage fright. I can play in front of anybody, even if I make a mistake. Um, and it taught me to play loud, and playing loud got me to where I needed to be uh, to advance my career. Um, but I didn't have the support system that uh, I should have had when I first started. Um, but it came with time, and it came through peers, um, friends that were also, looking to be in the music industry, bandmates from, high school and things like that. They were the ones that encouraged me to keep going, especially when I got into drum corps. And I was, like I said, I was the worst man in the horn line. And it there was something about being better that I had to accomplish, uh, just to keep up with everyone else. And so my support system came from my peers, and that I used in turn to grow as a musician. Um, like I said, I started off, I didn't have private lessons. My parents weren't into the whole band thing. And so um, it was, do it on your own. And so I did. I learned how to play out of a Yamaha book. Uh, um, Reading music and learning the techniques and so on and so forth. And so it was a little bit more challenging for me, um, starting off, but it enabled me to choose my support system.
Okay.
And once I found those that would give me that support that I needed, give me the words of encouragement, the help, uh, if I needed to work through something, hey, can you help me out with this? And they would help me out until I got it, and until my light bulb went off. And so, um, once I switched from woodwind to brass, and from brass to percussion, it just, it, I needed not so much an instructor or a teacher, but just someone to give me those words of encouragement, saying, you got this. Don't give up. Keep going at it, because you will get better. And eventually, I did get better. Um, and it took a little bit of time and a lot of hard work. So, um, but now, um, I know that a support system is of the utmost importance, and that's why I back my daughter on anything that she wants to do. Um, if she puts her mind to it, I'm letting her know that you can do it. You can definitely do it. Um, Hell, she plays trumpet at 8 years old at a almost a professional level. Um, she started at 8 months, made her first tone at 8 months, made her performance debut at 4, and you know, and she's continuing to blow my mind every day. She just got picked up from a talent agency, and we're working on getting her set to be looked at by Nickelodeon and Disney and all that stuff. And it's been hectic these last couple of weeks, but I'm all for it. And if that's what she wants to do, then that's what we're gonna do. And Daddy will sacrifice to make sure that she gets to where she needs to be.
I don't want to mute you, but I have to. Oh my God, that's so incredible. You have got to keep me posted on the down low in the IG, like when and where she's got videos. Oh my gosh. Like, I know that we can't talk about too much of that on here, especially being a featured show, but that is amazing. And it's more amazing because you, as the father, you've not pushed her to do it, but you're there. You support her. And it is, God, my heart, my soul, the heartstrings right now. And it's the support system. And the one thing that I pulled from so much of what you just said was that you used your peers. These people were fighting for the same goals, but you guys set aside your differences, knowing that you're fighting for the same position to help each other grow. I'm going to say that one more time for those of you in the back. A group of people can fight for the same position and still support each other so that everyone can grow. Did you guys hear that in the back? You heard that, right? We can all support one another and grow together. Even if we're fighting for the same thing, we can still all get better at the same time. You don't know where your dream is going to come. You may not get this position, but Yo Darnell may be somewhere 6 months down the road, and he might need a partner in position. And now he's coming back to his peers and the people that love him and support him and that he knows are going to be there. You never know what supporting someone else can bring you in the future. I just wanted to say that one more time, loud and clear. Out of all of your experiences, Darnell, and out of everything that you've done in this industry, what is the biggest lesson that you've taken from all of this, be it watching your daughter grow or be it experiencing your own growth? What is the biggest lesson that you've taken away from staying humble in this whole process?
Perseverance is the hallmark of a champion. Stick with it no matter what. You will eventually get to where you need to be.
Nice. 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 So, that being said, Yo Darnell, tell us a little bit about you. I want to know a little bit about you guys. I want to know, when do you stream? When we come to your stream, how can we find you? You guys, if you've not already hit that favorite button, what is wrong with you? Please do so.
I am on almost every day. I tried it when I first started streaming. I was on every day from 8 to 10 Pacific time, so it's kind of late for you East Coasters. And when you come to my stream, you're gonna get nothing but good vibes. I've been told I'm a whole vibe, which is something the kids are saying nowadays. But um, you come to my stream, you're gonna get music, and that's what I do. It's my forte, and so I sit behind a drum set. I may play a horn every now and then. You may hear my daughter sing with me. Um, but for the most part, you're going to get some great music. And you can come in and you can request a song, or two, or you can just sit back and listen. And uh, I'm not about diamonds. I'm about, camaraderie. You come in, you're around great people, and um, you're listening to some good tunes. And I cover all genres from rap to reggae to rock to country to classical. You may. I used to have set days where it had certain themes or whatever, but now it's just I'll play whatever I want to what I'm feeling for that time. So, um, yeah, come on in. I'm on from 8 to 10, basically Pacific time. Um, I may come on a little bit earlier during the day. Sometimes you may be able to catch me. But for the most part, because my daughter goes to bed at 8, I start streaming at 8 and I go to about 10 o'clock or so. So I'm not disturbing my neighbors too much.
Awesome. Yo Darnell, yet again, another amazing message. You guys, if you've not done so, please hit Yo Darnell with the favorite. I mean, free music. Hello, you can't go wrong there, can you? I mean, come on now. And you can pick songs that you want him to play. I mean, that's just a win-win situation in its own. Um, we just got done talking, you guys, about how he has taken a childhood dream and turned it into a reality, and how staying humble and having perseverance what has made him so successful, and how he's taught his daughter at such a young age to take to learn those lessons. She's younger than I mean, at her age, I think, like Boopty said a little while ago, I was eating dirt, and here she is about to be an actress and playing the trumpet and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, at 8 years old, she's already way more ahead of the game than most of us grown adults are. Okay, that is amazing. So Yo Darnell, I want to thank you again. We're going to go ahead. I hope you stick around. We've got Sunny coming up here in a few minutes. We're going to do a little bit of self-love tips, because self-love and care is something that I think most of us need to do. But Yo Darnell, before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say to us?
Congratulations on your show. I'm so proud of you for getting to where you need to be, achieving your goals. And um, I'm here. If I'm up early enough, I'm here every Friday. So
Good. Thank you so much. You have a great day. All right, you guys. So now we're going to go ahead, and in the middle of my show, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to guess majority of you are lacking self-care. That being said, what do you guys do for self-care? What is some of your self-care tips? Because one that I have, where did we leave off? We left off last week on practicing positive self-talk. You guys remember a little bit of that last week? How we sometimes might, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that. Or, oh my God, my belly looks big, or my butt looks too big in this dress. And we're not always aware of who's listening, be it friends, be it our children. Some of us as parents with daughters must keep ourselves on a higher pedestal because they're listening. And if we love ourselves for however we are, we're going to teach our children to do that same. And that's where we left off last week. Another way to do self-care and to help care for yourself here is going to be meditating. How many of you guys have a meditating, like a little process where you sit down in the morning or you sit down in the evening and you just simply, you sit in the quiet? I don't know if I meditate, but I definitely take a few minutes to just relax and to reset my brain, because sometimes it's so much and there's so many of you guys and the conversations are going, and then I've got the kids and I've got this, and I just, I need it to just, and you know, and you reset your brain. Meditating is really, really, really important. Something else that I've just started realizing truly makes a huge difference in my day. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? You can't tell anybody. This is going to be our secret, okay? Listen. If you cook and eat a healthy meal, you're going to feel better. I know. Everybody calm down. Holy cow. Did you know that if you cook a healthy, low-fat, high-fiber meal with like vegetables, and then you eat this low-fat, high-nutrition meal, that your body is like, oh my God, look at the energy. And water, drinking water is a huge self-care. that people don't do enough of. Shed says pizza makes me, I mean, I agree, Shed. Pizza definitely makes me a whole lot happier than some of these healthy meals, but my body thanks me more for the vegetables on a water fast. So no, not a water fast. You must eat your vegetables and your protein, please and thank you very much. You can do without carbs and sugars. We'll all be okay there. Right? Avocados like guacamole. I'm sorry, I love it. For those of you guys just tuning in, you missed an amazing message on staying humble and perseverance from Yo Darnell. And in just a few minutes, we're going to have Sunny hop in the box and we're going to listen to her life lessons that she's been through. You guys, Yo Darnell was amazing as I knew he was going to be. And I'm so much more excited for Sunny to be on here again too. Like, both of these guys, amazing messages the first time, and I'm feeling Sunny's message. Like, I'm feeling the brain power. She does a lot on this app with her talks on her shows that help people through a lot of problems and issues. So, like, I could feel it. My heart's getting warm, and I'm getting excited and off topic. But anyway, so Sunny, give me a couple minutes. We're going to go through a couple more of these, and then you're going to get in that box. For those of you just tuning in, I want to thank you for the gifts. I want to thank you for the favorites. I want to thank you for being here and commenting and just being in the stream and smiling and laughing with me. I want to thank my guests, and I especially want to thank Emoji J. Remember too, when I go ahead and get her in the box, I will turn off comments and all that fun stuff. So I thank you now. And let's see. Ooh, trying new foods. They say that is a good way to self-care too. Pop, pop, pop. I love those hearts. Thank you, you guys, for the gifts. I'm not supposed to acknowledge those. I'm sorry. But trying new foods, okay? Like, I've gone out and like sushi. Sushi was something I never thought I'd try. Turns out I absolutely love it. So sometimes when you try something new, it can actually, broaden your horizon and bring like a new joy. I mean, who doesn't love food? Like I said, food is life, but you have to treat your body and give your body what it needs so that it treats you the right way. So a lot of us sit, especially like as a streamer, we sit in these chairs and we kind of just, we stay stagnant. The energy becomes stagnant. And then we just kind of sit here and we talk and we go. If you get up and you just get moving, take a little walk, get on the bicycle, I don't know, do some push-ups, get your body moving, get the blood flowing. And that is something you can do for self-care too, is just showing your body attention, giving your body the ability to become stronger through exercise. You know what I mean? And one more self-care tip, and here's another crazy one. Okay, everybody, are we ready? Are we ready? If you dress up and you go out on the town looking A1, I bet you have fun. And I bet you have that whole level of confidence out there too, because you look good and you're going to go out and you're going to make new friends, maybe get on the dance floor. I don't know. Depends on where you go, but get yourself dressed up. Boop, get dressed up, get dolled up, put that favorite dress on, put on those killer heels. Or if you're a guy, your favorite loafers and a tie, Iron a fresh shirt, says Free Guy, right? Right? I have fun all the time, Millum, but I agree. When I get on here and my makeup is done and I get my outfit on before the show, I feel really good about myself. I look back and I'm like, hey, look at that smile, the lipstick, I don't know. Even the red lipstick makes me feel a little bit better, So it's crazy how sometimes a little detail to oneself can really build your confidence, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So now I have a couple of questions for you guys regarding self-care. I'm going to do 3 questions, and then Sunny, I'm going to have you get in the box. So whenever you're ready, you can request if you've not done so already. But for those of you just tuning in, I want to say hello. Welcome to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and you missed an amazing message from Yo Darnell on perseverance and staying humble while achieving your childhood dreams. It was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you, Yo Darnell, so much. And we have Sunny. She's about to hop in the box in just a couple minutes. But I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions. And the question I believe, ended on last week was, what am I putting off? What are you putting off today? What is something that you've wanted to do, big or small? Be it get a steak dinner from your favorite restaurant, or buy that dress or those shoes. You know, Smiley says my travels. Jay says get married. That is a scary word. Be careful. Boopty says going to the gym. Sunny says buying a car. Sunny, I finally got myself a new to me car. I'm so excited. Free Guy says taking scuba lessons. Jay, marriage is scary. I'm telling you, I'm just going to say that. Bryce is moving to Mexico. Oh my gosh. For me, it's definitely trying to get myself closer to the beach. I want to be away from the snow and closer to the beach. Love Me says more traveling. Smiley says let's take scuba diving lessons together, Free Guy. All right. So it's crazy how we put some of these things off. But, you know, here's another question that's going to put you guys in your feels. What is making me feel down? What makes you sad? What is it right now that when you go and you think of it, you're like, oh. For me, it's something simple. And I'm mad because last night before bed, I ate almost an entire bag of popcorn and 3 sticks of a Kit Kat bar, knowing that I was going to bed after I worked out and did 6.5 miles yesterday. I'm mad at myself for that because you work so hard and then you counteract, you know? So for me, I have got to get although I'm eating better, I've still got to work on that. And that's something that I'm doing for myself for this self-care. Now, here's my last self-care question for you guys for today. All right. Are you guys ready for this? I want every single one of you to give me an answer in the stream. Every single one of you, please. This is the most important question that anybody is going to ask you today. Well, okay, that I will ask any of you today. What do you love about yourself? I love my willingness to get up here and put myself out there because I believe that this show does help other people. Smiley says my personality. Emoji J says he loves to dance. Bryce says his humor. Sunny says compassion. Boopty says personality. Columbia. Oh my God, I can't keep up. This is where I no longer can keep up with all the comments. Love Me says my brutal honesty. Coco says my empathy. Smiley says my smile. You know, like Shetty says I'm awesome. Millam says my want to help others, and you proved that last night, Millam. You are amazing, but that's for after the show. Yo Darnell says my heart. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man. Classy and Country says she has a good heart down inside. See, you guys, now I want you to just think of that. When something happens throughout today or something doesn't go your way, I want you to remember what you love about yourself, and I want you to put that as like the first thought. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and know that you've given me something positive today, and I want you to wear that on your sleeve. All right? Now, Sunny, are you ready? Because I am so excited. You guys, if you're just tuning in, we are going to welcome Sunny right now, and she's going to teach us her life lesson. We had Yo Darnell, and he went over perseverance and staying humble while achieving your dreams. You guys, oh my God, welcome to Lesson.
Coach, put me in. Put me in, Coach. Put me in. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Put me in, Coach. Every time y'all was saying something, I was like, oh, I got something to say on that. Put me in. Put me in.
I want to go now. Yes.
So I was like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, see, you guys, I told you. I told you. She's as crazy as I am, and that's why we love her here so much.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, my God.
Oh, what lesson are we talking about today, girl?
I want to tell you first and foremost, congratulations on everything. The last time me and you were together was on Acting Out, and you had just hit that 7 million, I believe it was. You had just everything had just happened in like 4 days. So congratulations to you. This is one of my all-time favorite shows. I usually will sneaking in, and you're into the conversation, and I don't say anything. I just sneak in. But so much was said. Joe Darnell, when he said that, you saw I put in there passing the torch. We have to pass the torch. It reminded me, I think I've told you about how my daughter is an artist, and she has passed down their torch of artistry. And I have my granddaughter started painting at 2, selling her cups with her designs on it, things like that. You know, it's just passing that torch. I love it. I love it. But I said that, oh my God, because I asked Emoji J this morning, can I play a song? I said, I don't think so because it's featured. He said, no. But can I give some of the words of this song? Because the last thing you just said was when you said, look in the mirror. It's this song I want you all to look up after you get off her show. Not now, after. It's a song by Mary J. Blige called Good Morning Gorgeous. And just some of the words was, I'm always against me. I need peace. I need my peace. For all the times I hated myself, for all the times I was too hard on myself, for all the times I wanted to be somebody else, I needed to look at me. I needed to love me. So every morning, wake up and look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. I had it playing all while I had to keep pausing and pausing. I was like, because I don't want to miss her telling me to come in. But good morning, gorgeous. And I said that, I'm glad when you said that, I was like, see, that's the perfect lead in. Because mine today, and you know how you can be writing, and a lot of times I speak off the rip. But this morning I needed to write it. And when I finished writing it, I said, oh, that stands for something. So it's COVE, COVE, cutting off vultures of your energy. The first time I was here, I did setting boundaries and sticking to them. So I put down part 2. This is part 2. Cut off vultures of energy, of your energy. So when we do cut, I even got definitions and everything this morning. To cut is to open, incision in a wound, off, away from place in question, removed or separated. Open it up, cut it off, remove it. Vultures, they are birds of prey. They feed mainly on decay, okay? But I'm not saying you're decay, but get this. They gather with others in anticipation of the death of a sick or injured animal or person, a contemplatable person who preys on or exploits others. In energy, strength and vitality that is what? Required to sustain physical or mental activity, a person's physical and mental powers. So we have to exercise code, cut off vultures of our energy. I'm that people pleaser, or I was. I'm a Sunny pleaser now, but I was a people pleaser, and I wanted to keep everybody happy, but Sunny. I wanted to make sure nobody had to feel out of place. I didn't want anybody to feel like they had to wait. But when you do that, who's having to want? Who's having to wait? Who's feeling out of place? Who's feeling neglected? Yep. Sunny was. So my lesson to everybody today, cut off the vultures of your energy. Cut them off. If you've set those boundaries, like I was speaking on before, you set those boundaries, and people still, how I was saying, if when they start pushing against it, you got to push back. Yeah. When they keep pushing and you've said it over repeatedly, and they still push, cut off the vultures of your energy. Because the vulture is a prey. They're waiting on that decay. And what's that decay when we're what I'm talking about right now? That decay is your when you're down,
Yeah.
when you're on that last leg, when you're barely floating, when you can't see above, when you can't see the horizon, you can't see your way out, you can't see you're happy, you can't smile. That's a decay that those vultures of your energy will swoop right in and take that last bit of energy, which is what you need to sustain physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. And it happens. And when you're doing that, I want everybody to know. Who was that used to say, my babies? My babies, what I want you to know is when you do that, have no guilt. Have no guilt. I don't care who it is. Have no guilt when you're cutting off those vectors of your energy. It's not saying that it's an easy thing, because change is not easy. Change is uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable because you're used to feeling a certain way. But you have to think about it. This way that I was feeling when I was letting them sap up and eat on my decay, how did I come out feeling? But how am I feeling when my not letting them do it? And when you sit back and think about it, you're going to look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. Because I am no longer hating myself. I am no longer upset. I am no longer feeling, ugh, is this person on the phone? When somebody calls you and you look on that phone and you see who it is, and you're like, oh, I really don't want to talk to him. Don't talk to them, because that means that's a vulture that's going to take your good energy away.
Yeah.
Don't answer it. I don't care if it's your mama, if it's your daddy, if it's your child, your neighbor, your landlord, your mortgage holder. I don't care who it is. If it's going to sap your energy at that moment, you don't have to talk to them. And you don't have to feel bad about it. But what you do, and my bestie, I've been best friends with this lady since we were 16, and we're both 56 this year. We've been best friends for 40 whole years. And she's a life coach. And she used to get on me and she's like, you're slipping back. You're slipping back. Don't do it. Don't do it. And it's not, we will backslide, as they used to say in the church. We will backslide a little bit because we are pushing against that change. We'll backslide a little bit, but that's all right. But they say, grab yourself by your bootstraps, shake it off, cry it off, dance it off, eat it off, whatever you got to do, and get yourself back in the game. Get yourself back in the game, because I have had to, even just on Mother's Day, I did this long, hard cry because I have been trying to maintain these relationships with family members, one being a mother and the other being the only sister I have left living. But this last pushback that was there, and I cried so hard. My bestie called me. My daughters were like, you were right, Mom. You shouldn't feel bad about how you're feeling, da 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 da. And after I cried it out for about 2 hours and talked it out for about 2 hours, I looked in the mirror and said, good morning, gorgeous. You don't have to be upset about this. You don't have to be feeling sad about it. And when I tell y'all, I woke up Monday, and Monday, I felt so light. That posture was good.
Yeah.
The skin was good.
Yeah.
I got up and did what, like you said, I got dressed. I ain't put no makeup and heels, and that's why I'm like this. This is just authentic me. This is how I am on any given day, which is why I came like this today. Got up and did a sugar scrub. That's it. Tied this head tied up. This makes me feel, this is my comfort, with my head tied up and just a fresh, clean face. That's comfort for me.
Yeah.
And I did that, and I put on some leggings and a tank top and a hoodie. And I said, girl, you got this whole big old check that you got for this car loan. Take your butt car shopping.
Yeah. I
She
got one
said,
more
we're
seat.
car
I'm
shopping.
like, I got a new
I went to the doc. I went to a car lot. I went to the doctor. I went to a car lot. I went to a car lot. I took myself to lunch, and I called my daughter. She said, "Oh, this is so cute, Mom. You out doing everything for your son." She said, "Oh my God, this is just so cute." You know, I like, girl. I done went out and did 4 stops today and bought myself because I'm so tight. I'm a tightwad.
Me too.
I am, look, girl, I'm a tightwad. I went and bought a washer dryer a couple of weeks ago, and I said I wanted some Popeyes I hadn't had in years. I said, told my daughters, I said, but you know what? I spent this money on this washer dryer. I'm going home and cook. My daughter said, if you don't take your behind and go buy that chicken, she said, if you don't take, she said, woman, if you don't take your behind and go buy that chicken, I was like, no, I can't spend no $7. What is it, $7, $8? I don't buy food out. And I was like, no, it's gonna be almost $10. She said, woman, if you don't go buy that chicken and take your butt home and enjoy that chicken, and you know, but I was so tight because somebody might need my help. Somebody might need some help with their rent. Somebody might need some food. You know, because I will send an Instacart all over the US. All you got to tell me is you don't have any groceries in your kitchen. Make sure, is this the right address? I will send an Instacart to everybody. I'll send a Walmart delivery, an Amazon delivery, and I wasn't taking care of myself. But that's what we have to do. These energy vultures, they will take it, and guess what? We'll be sitting back depressed, tired, skin all messed up. Because you know when that bad stress hits you, you know your face tightens up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know your face tightens up, your skin color will change, you'll walk different, your stomach feels different when you eat, you can't sleep, you get a toothache, and ain't nothing wrong with your teeth, gums, and nothing else. When that stress hit, yes. And people don't know how they say sometimes people have that resting face. Sometimes it's just the stress. It's just the stress is on it. And you'll be so tight. Everything will be tight. Let it go, because guess what? They over there living their life how they want to live their life. And you over here stressed because, oh, should I have said that to them? Oh, well, maybe I could have been a little nicer about how I said it. If it feels good to be vulgar when you're telling somebody they can no longer have your energy, be vulgar. If we were featured, if this wasn't featured, I tell you, I give you exact words to say. Hit me up on IG if you need some words to say to get somebody off your back. I had to tell my mother, you are draining my energy. I told her, every time I talk to you, you're draining me. I go lay down when I get off the phone with you. If you have those people in your life, guess what? You're giving up your good energy.
So
And and a narcissist, oh, a narcissist will smell it. And a narcissist will smell that decaying spirit, that decaying self-sufficiency. They will smell it. And they will like, oh, here's a good target. Here's a good target right here. Cut off the vultures of that bad energy. Don't let them have it. If you're going to have a bad energy, let it be because you made it your bad energy day. I have a friend, the person I date will tell me in a heartbeat, I will text you back if you call me on a day that I have bad energy, because I do not want to share it with you. Because I don't want to share it with you. And you get people who constantly, and let me tell you, bad energy can be gossip, tea being spilled, repeated conversations on something they're going through where they're not taking your advice. That can be a vulture of your energy because you're giving it over and over and over again. I have gotten to where I've told people, I will not have another conversation on this. Because all it's doing is draining me, because I'm constantly thinking about how you are feeling, what's best for you, and you're paying no attention to what I'm saying and just saying, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And as soon as you get away from me or get off the phone with me, you doing the same thing. Then you call me that night because it turned out the same way. Had to stop. You have to stop it.
So remember how I told you I was having some problems with my son and how it was the real toxic energy? I put my foot down after you were on my show last, and I went 3 weeks without seeing my grandson, and that was the longest 3 weeks. But I told my son, you're not going to call me these names. You're not going to talk to me like that, and we're not doing this. And I don't think he believed that I'd hold my ground. And he says, well, if this is how you're going to be, then I'm going to come pick up my son. And I said, then I'll see you in a few minutes. And he's, wait, what? I said, come pick up your son.
Yep.
He's, well, we have plans to go out. I don't care. Come pick up your son right now. You're not going to call me these names. You're not going to treat me like this. I don't deserve it. And if you're not going to change, come pick up your son.
Right.
If you're going to hold him over my head because I don't give you what you want, come pick up your son. Mm-hmm. Well, that's your grandson. That's not what you just told me, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I made him come pick him up. And I cried for 4 days straight because I knew that it was gonna be a grin and bear it battle, because it was me versus pretty much it was my kid, you know, like, and he's more stubborn than I am at that age, you know. So I knew that I had to hold my ground. And I'll tell you what, we live in the same apartment complex, different buildings, and we have a gym. And I'm at the gym every morning when he leaves for work. And can I tell you, I'm going to cry. He now stops just to give me a kiss and a hug before he leaves to go to work. See? Like, I went from being called the worst names to where he now stops just to give me a hug and kiss on his way to work. He's done it twice this week. Yeah. Like, I get to see my grandson like tonight. I'll pick him up after work, you know, but I had to set that boundary, and it killed me for a really long time. But I couldn't live like that anymore. I can't be called those names, you know? So for me to set that boundary, and I've stuck with it, and to watch now him go, oh, wow. Okay, I can't take that energy from her. She's not going to give it to me anymore.
Exactly.
But now he's had to change his ways and how he approaches me, and it's actually building. I mean, don't get me wrong. We still go at it sometimes. Yeah. Our relationship is building. And I wanted you to know that, you being on my show the last time.
Oh, my goodness.
So I had to share that with you on here. But holy Moses, I want you to tell everybody, first of all, if y'all haven't, because y'all are crazy again, if you have not already, hit Sunny with the favorite. So, okay. If you just tuning in, you're watching Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and we boundaries and cove. Cut off the vultures of your energy. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them make your day bad, because you deserve so much more. That's what I've learned today. And Sunny, tell us, when can we find you on? What are we going to find in your streams? Blast yourself. Tell us more.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Sunny. I had to get serious for a minute. I usually do this. My mom used to call me a hippie. But I am Sunny. I am a nighttime streamer mostly. I'm trying to switch around because I have a medical condition that sometimes takes me off the app for weeks at a time. But the majority of the time I stream at 9 Eastern. My main 2 shows I do Tuesday nights, I do Taboo Topics. Y'all should have been there last week, because some of the stuff you were saying when I was saying let me in, Metaphysical was there, and he was talking on healthy healing that day. So I do that on Tuesday nights. This Tuesday, we're going to talk about good stress versus bad stress. More than likely, that's what I'm thinking to go on. And Friday nights is our party night. We do old school and brown liquor on Friday nights. I am always centered around music. So there is always some type of music going. Yo Darnell, I play drum and bass. So I grew up around the music as well. So it's always music going. You can find anything from music to dancing to serious topic to cooking, gardening. I do a little bit of everything in my streams. That I do want to say, there's a few things that I do have coming up. Oh, and Yo Darnell, I would love to invite you, because my platform I'm using for those that are not necessarily acknowledged a lot. I hosted my first auction Age to Perfection, 40 and over. My next auction is going to be Saturday, June 18th, day before Father's Day. And I am calling it the First Love Auction because for a lot of us, especially us girls, our first love was our dad. So we're doing a First Love auction for Father's Day on June 18th. Any fathers interested in it, just let me know. But I'm doing two more auctions this month. One is next Friday is on the 20th. That's a masquerade auction. And then one on the 30th, it's called Free Your Mind. Since this is Mental Health Awareness Month, Candy is doing an auction called Free Your Mind. And she will have some clinicians there speaking and things like that, beginning, in the middle, and things of the auction. So it'll be very exciting, very exciting.
I'll have to check all this stuff out. Yeah.
In bold, yes, Free Your Mind. Thank you. That's gonna be my song.
So much again, and don't forget, you guys, go listen to that "Good Morning Gorgeous" by Mary J. Blige when I hit that end button here today. But Sunny, thank you so much, girl. You'll have to come back there. I just feel like there's so much.
I love it here. I love it here.
All right.
You want me to exit myself because I don't want you to exit your stream. I've done that before, trying to let somebody out and exited the whole thing. I love you.
I love you too. You guys, oh my gosh. Is anybody else just feeling like the feels, like you got the happy feels inside? Like all of a sudden you're like, you know what? These boundaries that I've set, they're okay. Like that was just a whole bunch of reassurance to like, I have got this. And it's okay, because you're either on my side or you're against me and in my way. And I don't have time for you if you're in my way. I want to thank all of you for the gifts. I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank you for the favorites. I want to thank you for all of it. Okay. I am truly blessed to have been given the opportunity to share this show with so many people and to have so many amazing guests. I am a discombobulated mess. I got so into that, you guys. Like that was amazing. Yo Darnell talking about perseverance and staying humble on literally achieving your childhood dreams. Like that is amazing. That is amazing. And then having Sunny back and talking about boundaries, and she used cove as her like a word that we can use to relate, and that's cutting off vultures of your energy. If they are taking the positive from you, get rid of them. You don't need that. Positive vibes only, guys. Like we need to live in that. We need to share that. We're here every Friday, 10 a.m. We have, if you are interested in being in an auction, on Sunday, I have a Mom Life auction for those of you moms that are going, man, I wish I would have done a Mother's Day auction. Send me a message on IG. I can get you in mine. I am also having a Father's Day auction on the 18th. So you can be in Sunny's or mine, hit either one of us up. And then in July, I will be hosting a red wine and booze instead of red, white, and blue auction. And that one I'm pretty excited about as well. Let's see. Tomorrow night, if you tune in, I have a special guest on my regular show at 9 p.m. And I am beyond excited for this. We will be celebrating a 97th birthday here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And I hope you guys can tune in. And I will do one last blast for Coco. She is in a lip sync battle this evening, and we are going to go support her. She is in Pot Princess's lip sync battle. She is on it, I believe, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to go blow Coco up. KOKO, okay, tonight in Pot Princess's show. Emoji J, did you have anything that you would like to say before I do my quote, then question for next week? I end every stream with a quote, and you do not answer it until I get on next week. Okay. So Emoji J, you're welcome. That's good. I was able to fit it into a way that supports them both, right? It worked out. We figured it out. Sometimes I blow my mind. Poof. Anyways, experience is a good teacher, but she sends terrific bills. Listen one more time. Experience is a good teacher, but she sends in terrific bills. What's a scary but exciting experience you haven't had yet? What's a scary but exciting experience you haven't had yet. All right. That being said, come back next week at the beginning of the show, and we will give some answers to that. You guys, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily, Sunny and Yo Darnell. You guys are amazing. If you want to be on my show, reach out to Emoji J on Instagram. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for all the favorites. Thank you for being here. Oh, this is amazing, you guys. Remember, I love your faces. I believe in you, and never, ever give up on your dreams. I'll see you guys next week. Have an amazing weekend. Mwah. Bye, guys.